Felony versus misdemeanor. What's the difference and what's important for you to know? I have plenty of clients who, when I tell them they're charged with a misdemeanor, they sort of shrug it off. They hear the term misdemeanor and they think it's not a big deal, and it really couldn't be farther from the truth. A misdemeanor is a crime. If you're convicted of a misdemeanor, that's a criminal record that stays on your record. If you have a questionnaire regarding a job or a mortgage or anything else or a license that requires you to answer the question, have you been convicted of a crime? And you've been convicted of a misdemeanor? The answer is yes. Misdemeanors can carry up to a year in local jail, and they can carry up to 3 years of probation. So misdemeanors are crimes. Now, it is true that felonies are much more serious crimes. There are multiple levels of felonies, ranging from A-level felonies, which are the highest level, down to E felonies, which are the lowest level felonies. The main differentiator between a felony and a misdemeanor is that a felony can be punishable by a year or more in state prison, as opposed to the local county jail. Now, felony can also have more years of probation. Obviously, having a felony on your record carries a lot more weight than a misdemeanor. Being convicted of a felony could also cause any future convictions to be bumped up, have a higher level of punishment. There's something called persistent felony offender or persistent violent felony offender. And what these are is that, let's just say you're convicted of a felony. If you get convicted of another felony within the next 10 years, your sentencing guidelines are automatically higher. Your minimum sentences are automatically higher. So that's another important distinction between felony and misdemeanor. Now, there are some misdemeanors that they themselves act as a bump-up charge, meaning if you got convicted of a certain type of misdemeanor within the past certain period of time, if you get convicted of that same type of charge, it can be bumped up to a felony. One example is a DWI. If you get 2 DWIs within 10 years, your second one's a felony. Another example is violation of an order of protection. If you get a second one, that can be a felony. Another example is possession of a weapon. If you get a second possession of a weapon charge, even though that would typically be a misdemeanor, the fact that it's your second can bump that up to a felony.